Shelves are becoming increasingly empty in the second half of 2024, and this trend is expected to intensify towards the end of the year. Our supply chains are more fragile than most people realize, with disruptions caused by cyberattacks, labor, and component shortages, leading to shortages of various products, including cleaning supplies, smartphones, and even laxatives. As respiratory infections rise globally and multiple shortages affect thousands of stores, the coming months may be chaotic for retailers and grocers. It's important to be prepared for the upcoming shortages of essential supplies. 15. Smartphones. Did you know that the number of smartphone brands around the world has dropped by 2/3 over the past 6 years? At its peak in 2017, the global smartphone market saw more than 700 brands fiercely competing for a slice of the lucrative pie. However, this fierce competition has given way to a more consolidated and streamlined industry in recent years. According to Counterpoint's global handset model sales tracker across 70 key countries, by 2023, the number of active brands that have recorded sell-through volumes has fallen to just 250. This dramatic decline can be attributed to a variety of factors, including intense competition, market saturation, and the ongoing challenges posed by the global chip shortage. As the smartphone market has become increasingly saturated, many brands have found it increasingly difficult to stand out and differentiate themselves from the competition. This has led to a shakeout, where only the strongest and most innovative brands have been able to survive and thrive. To make things worse, brands expected to report higher sales volumes during last year's holiday season, but that simply didn't happen. As a result, many of them decided to cut production in 2023, right as the global chip shortage started to bite again. This decision has had a significant impact on the industry, with several plants in China being forced to close permanently or temporarily due to the shortage of other key components. The impact of these challenges has been felt across the industry. In August, smartphone production declined by 15.5% compared to the same period a year ago, reaching their lowest volume in a decade. This has led to a situation where the market is undersupplied, and any sudden uptick in demand can lead to shortages that may only be solved by the latter half of 2024. As the smartphone industry continues to evolve, it will be interesting to see how the remaining players adapt and respond to these challenges. Will the industry continue to consolidate, or will new players emerge to shake up the status quo? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the days of the smartphone industry's rapid expansion may be behind us. 14. Laxatives. Laxatives, a common over-the-counter medication used to relieve constipation, have recently experienced a significant surge in demand, causing a major shortage. Healthcare experts say that young consumers are buying large quantities of the product, particularly the Clorox brand, to use it as a weight loss medication, despite the risks and lack of medical approval for such use. The demand for laxatives has increased so rapidly this year that now many pharmacies are reporting shortages, leaving some customers unable to access the medication when they need it for its intended purpose. A Sanofi spokesperson, the company that manufactures Clorox, confirmed this unprecedented demand, stating that, "Over the past few months, we've seen unprecedented demand for Clorox products. As a result, some retailers may not have certain Clorox products on their shelves, further exacerbating the shortage." Doctors strongly advise against the use of laxatives for weight loss, as this can be extremely dangerous and lead to serious health issues. Doctors do not recommend the use of this medication for purposes other than constipation relief or cleansing of the large intestine before a medical procedure on the digestive system, the spokesperson clarified. In response to the surge in demand, many pharmacies are now introducing purchasing limits on laxatives, such as Clorox, to prevent supplies from collapsing in the coming months. This measure aims to ensure that the medication remains available for those who genuinely require it for its intended medical purposes, rather than being depleted by individuals using it inappropriately for weight loss goals. The laxative shortage has become a significant concern, as it can have far-reaching implications for those who rely on these products for their health and well-being. Healthcare professionals and regulatory authorities are closely monitoring the situation and working to find solutions to address the supply chain issues and ensure that laxatives are accessible to those who need them. 13. Frozen chicken nuggets. Believe it or not, another product affected by the ongoing carbon dioxide shortage is frozen chicken nuggets. This staple item in many households has become harder to find on grocery store shelves. Although chicken production has finally started to recover from the various challenges faced by the industry over the past couple of years, the persistent shortage of this important preservative gas is keeping food processors from being able to package and distribute this beloved snack in a timely manner right now. The carbon dioxide shortage is impacting the production process for frozen chicken nuggets and many other frozen food items. During the production of frozen foods, everything from pizza to chicken breasts move through carbon dioxide-filled tunnels to be frozen quickly and efficiently. The proper amount of this gas is required to avoid the formation of hotspots within the food that could translate to issues like mold and bacteria growth. Only once the food has been frozen using the carbon dioxide can the manufacturers then package and send their products out to be sold in stores. With the carbon dioxide supply still constrained, food producers are facing difficulties maintaining the necessary freezing process for their chicken nuggets and other frozen items. This is leading to disruptions in the availability of these products on grocery store shelves. So chicken nugget lovers out there, be alert. If you happen to spot any sales or restocked supplies of your favorite frozen nuggets, you may want to consider stocking up while you can, as the shortages could continue for the foreseeable future. 12. Corn chips. In addition to the issues with frozen chicken nuggets, you may also start to see empty shelves when it comes to some of your favorite corn chip snacks this fall and winter season. On social media platforms like TikTok and Reddit, users have already been reporting a series of shortages affecting corn-based snack products. The exact causes behind these corn chip shortages are not entirely clear, but they appear to be yet another casualty of the broader supply chain disruptions impacting the food industry. Whether it's due to issues with corn crop yields, processing and distribution challenges, or other factors, the reduced availability of corn chips has left many snack lovers frustrated as they struggle to find their go-to brands and flavors on grocery store shelves. This trend is likely to continue over the coming months, so consumers may need to be more flexible in their chip selections or plan ahead to stock up when their preferred corn-based snacks are in stock. Global corn production has declined by almost 17% since 2020. The primary reason for this significant drop can be attributed to the drastic changes in global weather patterns. It all started when temperatures started to rise far above normal, causing severe droughts in many regions and devastating floods in others. These extreme weather conditions have destroyed millions of acres of corn crops around the world, leading to a substantial decline in overall corn production. The ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict has further exacerbated the global corn shortage. Both Russia and Ukraine were major suppliers of wheat and other grains, and the disruption in their export capabilities has pushed the demand for corn to soar at a time when supplies were already dwindling. This supply-demand imbalance has led to a significant increase in corn prices, with a staggering 40% rise since the start of the crisis. The cascading effect of these events has not only impacted the price of corn, but has also made corn-based products increasingly difficult to find on the market. This situation has created a significant challenge for consumers who rely on these products, particularly those who can't imagine their lives without their favorite snacks. In response to this supply chain disruption, savvy consumers are turning to alternative strategies to ensure a steady supply of their beloved corn-based products. One such approach is to buy in bulk, which can help them save some money and guarantee a more reliable stockpile of their preferred snacks for a longer period. By taking proactive measures and adapting their purchasing habits, these consumers are finding ways to navigate the increasingly challenging corn market and maintain access to the products they love. 11. Tinned fish. A few months ago, a new TikTok trend in which home cooks and professional chefs started to share their creative and innovative recipes using tinned fish led to a sudden and unprecedented surge in demand for the product. This unexpected spike in popularity caught the industry by surprise, as consumers across the country began scouring store shelves in search of their favorite tinned seafood varieties. Now, as producers and manufacturers scramble to keep up, they are even talking about increasing the market size by a staggering 5-fold by the year 2027. The potential for growth in this sector is truly remarkable. However, due to the lightning-fast popularity boom, many people are still having trouble finding their preferred tinned fish items in stores. And this supply shortage is likely to continue even after another year of disappointing fish production numbers. While U.S. sales of canned and tinned seafood have risen almost 10% to $2.7 billion over the past 12 months, the industry is facing significant challenges. Scorching heat waves and extreme weather patterns have killed millions of fish in the wild, preventing big companies like Bumblebee from being able to meet the surging consumer demand. This supply-demand imbalance has created a perfect storm for the tinned fish market. Adding to these woes, the recent closures of multiple retail stores that used to prominently feature and sell holiday-themed tinned fish and seafood products has further limited the options available to shoppers. Consumers are now left with very restricted choices when it comes to finding their favorite tinned delicacies. Even though companies within the tinned fish industry are understandably excited about the record profits and growth they are experiencing, many canned seafood insiders are quietly concerned that this recent prosperity may also be hampering supply chains and creating unforeseen challenges. As Patrick Martini, the founder of the tinned fish market, explains, this type of artisanal, small-batch production can't be easily scaled up to meet mass-market demands. Striking the right balance between supply and demand will be crucial for the long-term sustainability of the tinned fish boom. 10. Chickpeas. The threat of lower chickpea supplies looms again in 2024, according to a leader in the global pulse industry. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, are a crucial ingredient in many delicious and nutritious dishes around the world, from hummus to curries. They are a versatile legume that provide a filling source of protein, fiber, and essential nutrients. However, the global supply of this humble legume is facing significant challenges that could severely impact consumers in the year ahead. Although the United States does produce its own chickpeas, the majority of what is grown domestically is actually exported to other countries. Meanwhile, the chickpeas that are typically consumed by Americans are imported from Mexico at relatively lower prices. The problem is that our southern neighbor has recently suffered from abnormally dry weather conditions that have led to massive crop failures earlier this year. These droughts have devastated chickpea harvests in Mexico, cutting off a key supply source for the U.S. market. One might assume that to fix this issue, American producers could simply reduce the amount of chickpeas being exported and instead provide more of the grain to the national market. However, experts have explained that this is not so straightforward. Due to long-term contracts and trade agreements with other countries, this year's chickpea harvest is already being shipped overseas. In turn, these trade partners provide the U.S. with other important agricultural commodities that we rely on. So reducing exports is not an easy solution, as it could jeopardize these critical supply chain relationships. The end result is that for the time being, chickpeas and other food products made with this ingredient will continue to become increasingly scarce on store shelves across the United States. Consumers may have to adapt to these supply chain disruptions by finding alternative protein sources or being more flexible in their cooking. Food manufacturers may need to reformulate recipes or seek out new suppliers to keep their chickpea-based products available. It's a complex challenge that highlights the vulnerabilities of the global food system and the need for greater resilience in the face of climate change and other emerging threats. 9. The Clorox company, renowned for its diverse range of household products, recently faced a devastating cyber attack that has significantly disrupted its operations. The popular Clorox cleaner, as well as other well-known brands under the company's umbrella, such as Tilex, Burt's Bees, Glad plastic bags, Pine Sol, Formula 409, Liquid Plumber cleaners, Head and Valley seasonings, Kingsford charcoal, Brighter water filters, and Fresh Step cat litter have all been impacted by this attack. The cyber assault has severely damaged Clorox's internal systems, leading to production delays and shipment delays that are now causing widespread shortages on store shelves. Consumers are facing empty aisles as the company struggles to fulfill orders at a normal pace. And many businesses that rely on Clorox products, including hospitals, schools, and other commercial entities, are also experiencing supply shortages. Clorox has acknowledged the elevated level of availability issues, stating that their processing orders are moving at a slower rate than usual. The company has not provided a clear timeline for when the operational problems might be resolved or how long it will take to restore their systems to full functionality. Clorox representatives have confirmed that multiple items across their extensive product portfolio are currently in short supply at stores throughout the United States. 8. The ongoing global shortage of flour has posed a formidable challenge for major pasta producers like Barilla and Kraft, making it increasingly difficult to maintain a consistent supply of the most popular dried pasta varieties in the United States. Spaghetti and macaroni, the beloved staples that have graced countless American pantries, have been hit particularly hard by this shortage. The once reliable and affordable macaroni, a beloved comfort food that could feed entire families with its warm, cheesy goodness, has now become a harder-to-find luxury. Shoppers may find themselves struggling to locate their preferred brand, and when they do, they are faced with a significant price increase, a staggering 29% rise since 2021, with the average retail price now standing at $1.69. This situation has had a profound impact on families who have long relied on the convenience and affordability of macaroni and cheese as a filling, easy-to-prepare meal. The once plentiful supply of this pantry staple has now become a scarce commodity, forcing households to adapt and seek alternative options to satisfy their cravings for this comforting, family-friendly dish. 7. The Costco peanut butter chocolate pie had become a viral sensation earlier this year, with many shoppers likening it to a supersized version of the beloved Reese's candy. The creamy, indulgent dessert captivated consumers, leading to a surge in demand that the retailer struggled to keep up with. Unfortunately, the spike in popularity resulted in the pies quickly selling out, leaving disappointed customers in their wake. Shoppers across the country, particularly in the New England region, have reported difficulty locating these sought-after treats, with one customer expressing their deep sadness at the persistent lack of availability. The Costco spokesperson revealed that the company is currently facing challenges in obtaining the necessary ingredients to produce the pies, including nuts, butter, flour, and chocolate. These key components have been in short supply, making it increasingly challenging for the retailer to meet the overwhelming demand from its customer base. As a result, the peanut butter chocolate pies have become an elusive commodity, leaving many consumers longing for the chance to indulge in the rich, satisfying flavors that had captured their imaginations. The scarcity of this highly sought-after dessert has left a void that Costco is currently unable to fill, much to the disappointment of its loyal customers. 6. The scarcity of Christmas trees this year can be traced back to the financial turmoil that gripped the world over a decade ago. During the 2007-2008 economic recession, many tree farmers found themselves in a precarious financial situation. With budgets stretched thin, these growers were forced to scale back their planting efforts, unable to afford cultivating as many new seedlings as they had in the past. These evergreen giants take around 15 years to reach their full majestic height, the perfect size for adorning homes during the holiday season. As a result, the impact of those recessionary cutbacks is just now being felt, with far fewer mature trees available to meet the surge in demand each December. Industry experts warn that this supply crunch will only worsen in the coming years, as the lingering effects of that economic downturn continue to reverberate through the Christmas tree market. To make matters worse, some prominent growers have been dealt an additional blow in the form of severe drought conditions ravaging their farmland. One major Louisiana-based operation, Christmas Tree Farm, has been forced to take the heartbreaking step of closing its doors to the public this year, unable to even offer their picturesque grounds for family photos as they have in Christmases past. The lack of adequate rainfall has left them with no trees fit for sale, a devastating outcome for both the business and the holiday traditions of their loyal customers. The company apologized for the inconvenience, acknowledging that Mother Nature had not been kind to them this year. They explained on social media that due to the unpredictable weather patterns and natural forces beyond their control, their plans had been severely disrupted. To make matters worse, the recent closures of several of their holiday goods retailers had further limited the options available to their customers, leaving them with a much more restricted selection. Despite these challenges, the company reassured its followers that they were doing their best to provide the holiday shopping experience their customers had come to expect, even in the face of these unforeseen circumstances. 5. Watermelon. This year, Texas farmers are reporting a concerning decline in the quality of their watermelons. Despite an overall increase in production, a large portion of the watermelons are in poor condition, forcing farmers to send fewer of them to market. The challenges began early in the season, as high temperatures delayed the planting process, disrupting the typical growing cycle. Later, heavy rains during the harvest season wreaked havoc, further damaging the crop. The watermelons that did make it to maturity have suffered from other problems as well. Inadequate pollination has led to fruit that is less sweet and juicy than expected. Disturbingly, many watermelons have become soggy and started rotting much earlier than normal. The combined effects of these growing difficulties have resulted in a produce shortage, with some organic food stores charging as much as $30 per watermelon. Even at traditional grocery stores, consumers may be shocked to see dramatically inflated prices due to the scarcity of this summer staple. 4. Pretzels. Chatter about a pretzel shortage has been circulating, and for good reason. This delightfully twisted baked treat has become harder to find at local bakeries this year. The issue stems from shortages in the key ingredients required to make pretzels, including flour, yeast, sugar, and butter. These supplies have become increasingly scarce and difficult for bakers to obtain. Faced with these challenges, many bakeries have had to shift their focus away from pretzels and toward other products that offer higher profit margins, leaving pretzel lovers disappointed. The shelves are often left bare when it comes to the coveted pretzels we all love to snack on. But the scarcity of these crunchy delights is just a small piece of a much larger story. The journey these beloved treats take to reach our eager hands is a complex and intricate one, filled with unexpected challenges and obstacles. 3. As the weather turns colder and the sniffles start to spread, the hunt for cold and flu remedies becomes a pressing concern. Year after year, the demand for these essential medications skyrockets, leaving pharmacies struggling to keep up. Shelves that were once overflowing are now left painfully empty, leaving countless people scrambling to find relief. However, the savvy consumer knows that the key to securing these precious drugs lies in acting quickly. Unlike the past, where people would wait until the last minute to stock up, the wise shopper will seize the opportunity now, before the panic buying sets in and the supplies vanish. with experts predicting that pharmacies may even resort to keeping the medications behind the counter to curb theft and hoarding. The window of opportunity is rapidly closing. 2. The global food supply chain is facing a unique challenge that is impacting the production and availability of many beloved cold-cut meats. At the heart of this issue is a shortage of a crucial component, carbon dioxide. This vital gas is a byproduct of the ethanol production process, which relies on fermented sugars from a variety of crops like corn, sorghum, barley, sugarcane, and sugar beets. Due to supply chain disruptions and shortages affecting these key agricultural commodities, ethanol production has declined significantly in 2023. As a result, the downstream supply of carbon dioxide has dried up. Carbon dioxide plays a critical role in the preservation of cold-cut meats like ham, salami, pepperoni, and deli lunch meats. These products are packaged in a modified atmospheric environment where carbon dioxide and other gases displace oxygen to extend the shelf life. Without adequate carbon dioxide, this preservation process is threatened, putting the availability of these cherished charcuterie items at risk. Major food producers like Kraft have already warned retailers of potential shortages of popular cold-cut varieties such as turkey and bologna. The cascading effects of this carbon dioxide scarcity have the potential to significantly impact the stocks of these deli staples on grocery store shelves in the coming months. Consumers may need to be prepared for potential disruptions or limited supplies of their favorite sliced meats due to this unforeseen supply chain challenge. 1. The tomato harvest in California has faced significant challenges this year, leading to a widespread shortage of tomato-based products. The endless rains earlier in the year have left the soil in the tomato fields too saturated for planting, forcing farmers to delay the start of the growing season by several crucial weeks. As a result, the supply of tomatoes has dwindled, causing prices to soar and availability to plummet across a vast array of tomato-derived items. From the vibrant red tomato juice to the tangy ketchup, the creamy tomato soup, and the rich tomato sauce, these staple foods are now in alarmingly short supply. Grocery store shelves are emptying rapidly as consumers struggle to find their favorite tomato-based products. Canned tomatoes, tomato paste, and tomato puree are all affected, with some suppliers reporting that entire batches have spoiled due to the production issues. The situation has become increasingly dire as the year progresses, with individual farmers and the California Tomato Growers Association sounding the alarm. Some farmers have even warned that they may be forced to abandon the tomato growing business altogether if the problems persist, further exacerbating the shortage. Experts in the food manufacturing industry caution that the decline in tomato production could have far-reaching consequences, potentially leading to the spoilage of entire batches of other foods that rely on this essential ingredient. The fertile and expansive valley in California, often referred to as America's salad bowl, is witnessing a significant disruption in its agricultural landscape. Strolling through the local stores, you may be surprised to find that your go-to sauces and condiments have vanished from the shelves, leaving a noticeable void.